Welcome to Classroom Idaho, Learn at Home, a partnership of the Idaho State Board of Education, the Idaho Office for Refugees and English Language Center, Projects of Janus, and Idaho Public Television.
Hello and welcome to English class on Idaho Public Television. My name is Mrs. Tara Weeks. What is your name?
My name is Mrs. Carol Schill.
Hi, Mrs. Carol Schill. What do you do, Mrs. Carol Schill?
I teach English to elementary students at Taft Elementary School in Boise. What do you do?
I am also a teacher, but for adults at the English Language Center.
Nice.
Today, we're going to do an English lesson that's about a story. We're going to read the story together. But first, you're going to need paper and a pen or pencil. So please go get your paper and pen and pencil. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at our story for today. Our story today is called Zama is Great. It's on the website called Storybooks ESL. It's written by Michael Ogutu and illustrated by Lucy Malindi. Here it is on the website. It says, Zama is Great. That is the title. You can change the language of this story into many languages, including Arabic, Kiswahili, Spanish, and many others. Before we start reading, let's look at this picture. What do we see here in this picture?
Mrs. Weeks, I see a little girl and she looks like she's opening the window.
She does. It looks like it's morning.
I think you're right. And I am going to infer that this little girl's name is Zama.
I agree with you. I think her name is Zama. What does that mean, Zama is great? What does great mean?
I think great means very good or good.
Yes, I think it means good, and something that is excellent or beautiful. So we're going to read this story called Zama is Great about this girl. But first, let's take a look at some vocabulary.
So there are several words that I would like us to look at today. And I think for today, we are going to make a circle map. And our circle map is going to be about the story called Zama is Great. So if you have your pencil and paper, let's make a circle map. In the middle of your paper, you're going to write Zama is great, and then I'm going to draw a circle around the name of my story. One thing I noticed, Mrs. Weeks, that this story has a lot of words that tell about the time of day and some things that we see in the sky at different times of the day. So I'm going to show you a picture and I'm going to see if you can guess the word or tell me the word. Here is one picture. This is something in the sky and we see it during the daytime. Do you know what this is called?
Sun.
Sun. So I'm going to mark it S U-N, sun. Here's another thing that we see in the sky. This one we see at nighttime. And the sky is usually very dark when we see this in the sky. What is that one called?
This one is a star.
A star. S-T-A-R, star. This is a star. Let's see, something else we see in the sky is this one. Sometimes it looks like this part of a circle, but sometimes it looks like an entire white circle in the night sky when it's dark outside. What is the word for this?
Moon.
Moon. M-O-O-N. Moon. Now, sometimes the sun moves. Have you noticed that the sun will move in the sky at different times of the day? Very early, when the sun is coming up. Do you know what time of day we call that?
Morning.
Morning. This is in the morning. Usually I wake up in the morning. What do you do in the morning, Mrs. Weeks?
I wake up in the morning and I eat my breakfast.
Morning. Sun is coming up. This, we have a word for the whole time that the sun is up.
Day.
Day. This is the daytime. Day. D-A-Y. Day. Now, when it's not day, it's this. It's dark outside. We see the moon. We see the little stars. They look so little. What time is that?
I think this one is night.
It is. We only have really day and night. Night. Night is when I go to sleep. What do you do at night?
I usually sleep at night, but sometimes I watch TV.
Oh, good. Good. I like TV too. Look at this. In the morning, the sun is coming up. But then the sun will travel across the sky. And we have a time, it's part of day, but it's after lunch. Do you know what time of day we call that?
Afternoon.
Afternoon. A-F-T-E-R-N-O-O-N. Afternoon. The sun is going across the sky.
I think it's called afternoon because it's after 12 o'clock. And 12 o'clock is another way to say noon.
Oh, good observation. I think you're right. I have one more word to show that we need to know for our story of Zama is great. This is when the sun is coming down at the end of the day. What time of day is that?
Evening.
Evening. E-V-E-N-I-N-G. Evening. So we have 8 words. Moon, star, sun, day, morning, night, evening. I'm going to put a big circle around these words to close my map. Now we still have some room for some other words if we want to add some other words at the end of our story.
Good idea.
Can we look at your PowerPoint presentation and see if we can put some of these words where they belong in day and night?
Yes, let's do that.
Okay.
Can you see it?
I can, it looks great. So I see you made day yellow because in the daytime it's very bright.
Mm-hmm. And I made night blue because it's dark at night. I have some words here that we need to decide where to put them. This word says night. Should I put it on the yellow side or the blue side?
I think we should put it on the blue side because the word night is the same as the word night.
I agree. I'll put it over here. I'll put it at the very end because this is actually a timeline where we're going to see what happens first and last. So night is the last part.
So Mrs. Weeks, one thing I did when I made this was I had to highlight the picture and the word. I forgot to tell you that. And then they all moved at the same time.
Oh, thank you, Mrs.
I'm
Schultz.
sorry.
Let's look at this one now. That was easier. It says morning. Where should I put morning? Should I put it at the beginning of the timeline or the end of the timeline?
I think the beginning of the timeline. That picture is showing the sun coming up.
Yeah, that happens first in the day. Morning. Okay, here's the next one. Afternoon. Where does afternoon go? Should it go with day or night?
I'm going to say with day because it has a picture of the sun. But that word can be a little confusing because it says after.
But we said that after noon means after 12 o'clock. So it's still daytime.
Still day.
There's still sun. So first is morning, then is afternoon. Our next word here says evening. And does evening go with day or night?
Evening is the beginning of nighttime. So I would leave it in nighttime.
Yes, that's very nice. So day, the first thing in the day is morning, then afternoon, evening, and night. Do we want to categorize the other words that are on our thinking map with day and night?
Yes.
I think the other words were star and moon.
Yes. Star and moon. So I'm going to move these. Do you see my screen yet?
I do not see your screen. There it is.
There it is. Okay, so I'm going to move our words. And let's do this. Let's put day on one side. And let's put night on the other.
I think night might be a little off the screen.
Oh, okay.
When it goes on TV.
How about now? Is it better?
That's good. Thank you.
Okay. And I'm going to make a line down the middle so we can figure out where these words go. Okay, let's see. Where do you think I should put the word sun? Oops.
Sun looks like daytime. The picture of day has a picture of the sun.
Good job. I agree. How about evening? The sun is coming down.
Yeah, we said that evening is the beginning of night.
Night.
I think evening goes with night.
I agree.
Not very much sun in the evening.
Nope. How about moon?
Oh, I see the moon in the picture of night. So I say it goes with night.
I like how you're using clues.
Thank you.
How about morning? Morning, the sun is coming up.
Morning. Oh, morning is part of day. Morning is the beginning of day.
It is. I'm going to put it right under here. The beginning of the daytime is morning.
That's a good way to remember that morning is the beginning of the day and evening is the beginning of the night.
Exactly. Good. How about afternoon?
Oh, afternoon is so much sun, so day.
Day. Okay, one more. How about star?
Oh, star. I see stars at night.
At night.
I like looking at stars at night.
I do too. They usually are, you can see the moon and stars.
Yes, it's very beautiful.
So our words that go with day are sun, morning, and afternoon. So you can see all the letters. The words that go with night are evening, star, and moon. So I
I
think
think that the kids and families at home can write these words down on their paper. In the story called Zama is Great, we're going to learn about all the things that she does in a day. So, do we want to talk about all the things that we do in the day?
Sure, I think that's a good idea.
Okay, I have some PowerPoint slides to show you. Let's go back to our timeline of day and night, and let's talk about things that we do in the morning, afternoon, evening, and night. This is a picture of sleep. Sleep. What time of day do you sleep, Mrs. Schill?
I sleep at night.
At night. Okay, so I'm going to put sleep over here underneath night. I also sleep at night. Some people sleep during the day, though. Some people must work at night, so they sleep at day. Everyone's different. Here's another picture. The next picture is wake. Wake. That's what we do in the morning. What time do you wake, Mrs. Schill?
In the summer, I wake at 7 o'clock. But when school starts, because I'm a teacher, I wake at 6 o'clock.
Yes, I also wake up very early in the morning for my job too. Wake. In some countries, people say, I wake at 6 o'clock. But usually in America, we say, I wake up at 6 o'clock. So those are two ways to say it. You can say wake or wake up. It means the same thing. Here's the next one. It's greet. Greet means you say hello to your friends or your family. When do you greet people for the first time in the day?
I greet people for the first time in the morning. So during the day.
I greet my family in the morning. And then when I go to work or school, I greet my coworkers or classmates in the morning too. What about this one? Wash. What time do you wash?
I normally wash in the daytime. So I wake up and I eat and then I wash my body.
Mm-hmm. Me too. I usually wash before I greet anyone, but then I wash again many times a day. I wash my hands because if we don't wash our hands, we could get sick.
Yes.
How many times a day do you wash your hands?
You know, Mrs. Weeks, I don't know. I don't count them. There are many, many, many times I wash my hands. I wash my hands when I make food. I wash my hands before I eat the food. I wash my hands if I touch something that might be dirty. I wash my hands many, many, many times.
Me too. Oh. That's great that you wash so much, Mrs. Schill. Washing is very important, especially because of coronavirus.
Yes, that is true, the COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So, Mrs. Weeks, is there one more word or did it go away? I made one for the word dress. Oh, there it is.
It was hiding. Dress. Oops. Dress means put on your clothes. When you put on your clothes, what time of day do you put on your clothes and get dressed?
For me, in the summer, probably 8 o'clock. But in the school time when I'm working, 7 o'clock.
Yes, I understand. I usually dress in the morning after I wash. Do you dress before you wash or after you wash?
After I wash, then I dress.
Mm-hmm. And I usually dress before I greet people.
Yes. Oh, yes. I always, that's important to dress before you greet people, I think.
Yes, I think it would be a problem if you did not.
Yes.
I like to dress after I wash because then my clothes they stay more clean that way.
Yeah, fresh.
Yeah, nice and fresh. Okay. Do we have one more activity before we begin, or is it time to read the story?
Oh, Mrs. Weeks, I have a great idea. Since we talk so much about Zama washing her hands in the story and how we wash our hands, can we practice washing our hands right now? Let's do it.
And now we're gonna wash together. Let's wash. Are you ready?
Ready.
Done.
Oh, I'm done too. Finished.
That was my washing.
I don't think we did a good job. I don't think that washing like that would keep us safe.
Yeah, that was not great.
No, let's do a better job. Okay, I think we need to use soap, Mrs. Weeks. I think we need soap.
It's a good idea to use soap when you're washing. Also, I've heard that you should wash your hands for 20 seconds to get rid of all the germs. So I'm gonna set this timer on my phone for 20 seconds so we can really wash well. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
So.
I'm gonna wash my wrists. I'm gonna wash between my fingers. And I'm gonna wash my fingertips. I also am gonna wash the backs of my hands because those get dirty. Oh, 20 seconds. Now I'll rinse. And then I'm gonna dry my hands with a clean towel. so there's no more germs.
No more germs. Now I feel better.
Me too. That was good hand washing. I think Zama would say that that was great. So, families at home, if you want to read Zama is great again later, all you need to do is type the word Zama is great into Google. And you can also type in ESL storybooks like it says right here. Okay, let's begin. Zama is Great by Michael Ogutu, illustrated by Lucy Malindi. My little brother sleeps very late. I wake early because I am great. I am the one who lets in the sun. You're my morning star, says Ma. I wash myself. I don't need any help. I can cope with cold water and blue smelly soap. Ma reminds me, don't forget teeth. I reply, never, not me. After washing, I greet Grandpa and Auntie and wish them a good day. Then I dress myself. I'm big now, Ma, I say. I can close my buttons and buckle my shoes. And I make sure little brother knows all the school news. In class, I do my best in every way. I do all these good things every day, but the thing I like most is to play and play.
That was great. I'm writing with the last one. I was writing very fast. Do we want to look at the map first, or do we want to reread the story first?
Well, why don't we look at the map?
Okay. So the map says, I'm going to move my camera a little bit. The first thing that I wrote was that brother sleeps late, Zama wakes early. So those are two of our words that tell about the time of day, late and early. Zama lets sun in. The sun was on our map. That's another vocabulary word, sun. Mom says she is a morning star. Star is what I showed you how to draw very quickly. That was another word. She is a morning, and morning was a word too. Look at there, two words. Morning is the beginning of the daytime. Then Zama washes herself. So she washes herself with water, and she used blue soap. She had soap. She washed, whoa, it's off my map, sorry. She washed with water and soap. Then She brushed her teeth. Do you notice how I am not worried about drawing a really great picture? I'm just trying to remind myself. So when I brush my teeth, I use a toothbrush to brush my teeth. Then Zama greets her grandpa and auntie. Greets was one of our words. Greets is when you say hello. So I'm going to draw a picture of a hand moving because that's how I say hello. Hello. Next, Zama dresses herself. There's another word, dresses. When you get dressed, you put your clothes on. You put your clothes on when you get dressed. She can button and buckle. You do those things when you get dressed. She was buckling her shoe. Then Zama tells brother about school. Mrs. Weeks, I think her brother looked like he was smaller than she was. What do you think?
I agree. I think it was Zama's little brother.
I think so too. Zama does her best in school. Your best is when you work very hard and you do everything that you can do your best. The thing Zama liked to do the most was to play. Zama likes to play best. And I think that was the end.
Zama does so many good things.
Many things.
And they're all good. She does a good job at them. I think that's why the story is called Zama is Great.
I agree. I agree because she does do a lot of good things.
Should we give the families at home another minute to finish taking their notes, to write things down?
Yeah, there are a lot of words here. So the important thing is maybe if you don't have time to write all the words, you pick out some of the important words from our vocabulary list.
Just to take some quick notes so that you can remember. Writing things down helps a lot of people to remember. I know for me, if I write something down, I remember it more later. And if I forget, I can look at my paper again.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Okay, are we ready to read the story again?
I think so.
Okay, I'll share my screen again so that you can see the story. This time, while we read, I want all of you people at home to repeat after me, okay? And I want you to repeat after me also, Mrs. Schill, so that I'm not reading by myself.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Zama is great.
Zama is great.
My little brother sleeps very late.
My little brother sleeps very late.
I wake early because I am great.
I wake early because I am great.
I am the one who lets in the sun.
I am the one who lets in the sun.
You're my morning star, says Ma.
You're my morning star, says Ma.
I wash myself. I don't need any help.
I wash myself. I don't need any help.
I can cope with cold water and blue smelly soap.
I can cope with cold water and blue smelly soap.
Ma reminds me, don't forget teeth.
Ma reminds me, don't forget teeth.
I reply, never, not me.
I reply, never, not me.
After washing, I greet Grandpa and Auntie.
After washing, I greet Grandpa and Auntie
And wish them a good day.
and wish them a good day.
Then I dress myself.
Then I dress myself.
I'm big now, Ma, I say.
I'm big now, Ma, I say.
I can close my buttons and buckle my shoes.
I can close my buttons and buckle my shoes.
And I make sure little brother knows all the school news.
And I make sure little brother knows all the school news.
In class, I do my best in every way.
In class, I do my best in every way.
I do all these good things every day.
I do all these good things every day.
But the thing I like most is to play and play.
But the thing I like most is to play and play.
Very good. As we were reading this, I noticed something about the story that I didn't notice before, Mrs. Shell.
Oh, what is that?
I noticed that this story has a lot of rhyming words.
Oh, I did not notice that before either.
Do you notice any rhyming words on this page here?
I do. The word day and play.
Day
Day.
and play rhyme because they both end with A. Should we look at one more?
Sure.
Rhymes. I noticed on this one that there's two rhyming words in this sentence also. What are they?
I see them. Cope and soap.
Yes, they both end with ope. Cope, soap.
Cope, soap.
And then there's also rhyming words in this one as well. Do you see the rhyming words in this?
I do see them. Late and great.
Yes, late and great. I like the rhyming words because it makes the story sound kind of like music.
It does.
Okay, well, we can go back to our lesson plan now.
Okay.
I think our next goal is to talk about some comprehension questions, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so here are some questions about Zama is great. Let me make them a little bigger. There we go. Okay. Question number 1 is, when does Zama wake up? A, early, B, late, or C, on time? The answer is A, early. Zama wakes up early because she gets up before her brother. That means she gets up early. Number 2, who washes Zama? A, her mother washes her. B, her auntie washes her. C, she washes herself. Or D, she washes her brother. The answer is C, she washes herself. Look at this picture here. Zama does not need any help washing. She does it alone. Where does Zama go? You gotta kind of think about this one because it actually didn't say in the story. The market, A, the market, B, class, C, the bus stop, or D, in a taxi. The answer is B, class. The words did not say Zama goes to class, but we know she went to class because that's where she did her best at everything she does. So we had to make an inference on that question. What is Zama's favorite thing to do? A, play. B, wash herself. C, greet her family. Or D, wake up early. And remember, favorite means that you like it the most. What is Zama's favorite thing to do? Play. At the end of the story, she said her favorite thing to do is play, play, play. And she plays in a lot of different ways. I can see here that they're playing a throwing game of catch and dancing, and she plays soccer. Some people call this football, but in America, we call this game soccer. Number 5, what are some of the things Zama does that make her great? Now, this is not a multiple choice question, no A, B, or C. I want you to think about it because there's a lot of things that she does. So think about it for a minute and then we'll talk about it. Mrs. Hill, maybe you can help me with this one. I put some pictures to help us remember, but can you tell us what are some of the things Zama does to make her great?
Well, in the morning, so I'm looking at my map. In the morning, Zama wakes up early and she lets in the sun. So she is the first one to wake up and she opens the window to let in the sun. That makes her great.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that she does that makes herself great is she washes herself and she cleans her teeth. She brushes her teeth.
Yeah, she does. And she doesn't even need her mom to do it for her.
No, she's like a big person.
She takes good care of herself.
She does. And then she's very friendly and she greets people. She greets her grandpa and her auntie, and she wishes them a good day.
This is a good way to show respect to people.
Yes, respect and also kindness, to be kind.
That's great.
She also dresses herself and puts her own shoes on. So that's another way to take care of yourself. Can you think of something else that she does?
Oh, she also helps her brother, and she does her best in class. And those are very, very good things to do. She is a great person, I can tell.
Yes, I think so too. She does great things and important things.
My next question is, what can you do to be great? This is a good question for you people at home to think about. What can you do in your life to be great? But why don't we talk about it, Mrs. Schill? What do you think? What can you do to be great?
Something I can do to be great is to help other people.
I like that. In what ways can you help other people?
Well, my neighbor that lives across the street has chickens, and sometimes I help him get the eggs from the chickens.
Oh, that's a fun way to be great. I think one way to be great is to wash your hands, because it protects other people. So I wash my hands many, many times a day.
That is a great way to help people and to be great, because it keeps you safe, but it also helps other people not get sick. And that's very important now.
I think one important thing that I learned from Zama is that being great isn't just about helping other people, though. It's also about taking good care of yourself.
Yes, I think that's true. So do you know another thing that we can all do to be great right now is to wear a mask? When we go out and we're seeing other people, that helps protect us and other people. So it helps take care of ourselves, wash our hands and wear a mask.
Those are very good ways to be great. Okay, that's the end of our comprehension questions. I think that you had some sentence strips that we were going to practice.
I do, and I actually have a few sets, so we can talk about what made Zama great again, or what she did, and we can talk about what we do during the day. So, first, let's try to finish this sentence stem. Zama blank in the morning. What is something Zama did in the morning? Now, if you're home with your pen or your pencil, you can write these sentences. Zama blank in the morning. Mrs. Weeks, can you remember one of the things Zama did in the morning?
The first thing she did is Zama wakes up in the morning.
Oh, nice. Zama wakes up. Zama wakes up in the morning. Mrs. Weeks, how would you finish that sentence? I blank in the morning. What would you say?
I brush my teeth in the morning.
Brush my teeth. I brush my teeth in the morning. Do you know what, Mrs. Weeks? I do both of these things the same. I wake up in the morning and I brush my teeth in the morning.
Ah, so we could say we brush our teeth in the morning and we wake up in the morning because it's both of us.
Right, yes. How about what is something Zama did in the afternoon? Afternoon is the daytime.
Zama does her best in class, but that's kind of long and you only have one spot. So should we say Zama studies in the afternoon?
Oh, yes, I like that. And or we could even say in the picture it shows her reading a book.
Ah, good idea. Zama reads in the afternoon.
I put that. Zama reads in the afternoon. I'm also going to write studies because I think that's good too. Zama studies. When we go to school, we study, and that means we kind of work hard at school. Zama studies in the afternoon. What do you do in the afternoon, Mrs. Weeks?
I work in the afternoon.
I work in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm. When I was a student before, I studied in the afternoon, but now I'm not a student. I'm a teacher and I work in the afternoon.
So when someone has a job, then they work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see what you and Zama do in the evening time. I don't know if it told us what Zama did in the evening. We might have to make an inference. What do you think Zama does in the evening after school?
I think that Zama goes home in the evening.
I think so too. Zama goes home in the evening. Zama goes home in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Mrs. Weeks?
I also go home in
Oh. I go home in the evening.
Mm-hmm. I go home so that I can eat and relax and wash and exercise.
Mhm.
Those are the things I do at home in the evening.
Nice. I do a lot of those things too. I also eat and I cook, and sometimes I watch TV in the evening. There are many things to do in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think I can guess what Zama does at night. What do you think she did at night?
Well, we saw that she was in bed at the beginning of the story. So I think she sleeps at night.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Because it shows in the beginning she's waking up.
Mm-hmm.
So at night, Zama sleeps at night. What do you do at night?
I also sleep at night.
I also sleep at night. I sleep at night also.
Mrs. Schill, I have a question.
Yes.
On the first sentence, you wrote sleeps with an S at the end, but on the second sentence, you didn't write an S. Did you make a mistake?
No, in English, when I'm talking about one other person that is not me, I put an S on the end. So I say Zama sleeps at night. Now look at this one. Zama goes home. But when I talk about myself, I say I go home. There's no S. But when I'm talking about one other person, I say Zama goes home.
That is a very helpful observation.
Yes.
Well, that's about all the time that we have today, Mrs. Schill. Before we go, do you want to go over the vocabulary one more time?
One more time, very quickly, I would love to. So here were the words that went with our story today. Day, and the words that go with day. Day, can you read them for me, Mrs. Weeks?
Sun, afternoon, morning.
And the words that went with nighttime were
Evening, star,
and
moon.
excellent. I think this is my favorite story that we've read so far.
Me too. I really learned a lot from Zama today. If you want to read the story again, you can go on Google and search ESL Storybooks. Zama is great. All right, well, I think we're finished for today.
I think
Bye.
so. For the time. Goodbye, Mrs. Weeks. See you next time.
See you next time.
Funding for Classroom Idaho has been provided by the Idaho State Board of Education through the Governor's Emergency Education Relief Fund, the Friends of Idaho Public Television, the Idaho Public Television Endowment, and the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
You're watching Idaho Public Television's Create channel, continuing education, how-tos, and travel programs for lifelong learners.